Good evening and welcome to the Whiskey Lovers Society with me, Gert Retief, and tonight traveling back to the Isle of Arran, and specifically we are looking at the Arran Malt, the Marsala Cask finish. It is a single malt. It is from the Isle of Arran. It is non-chill filtered. It's natural color. How do I know that? It's on the label. So I think it is a good idea for a lot of distilleries that still don't provide us with this information. Go look at the Arran series to see exactly how it should be done. So this one is bottled in 2018. It is matured in ex-bourbon casks. Do not know how long. It is a no age statement whiskey. And when it's finished off, with an undisclosed period of time, normally about 5, 6, 7 months, it could be a little bit more, in Marsala Cask wine. Now, I did a little bit of research. I didn't know what Marsala Cask was. So it is a fortified wine. It can be dry and it can be quite sweet as well. So I expect to find a little bit of additional sweetness. Not sure. We will see. And it comes from Italy, and to be more specific, from Sicily wine region. So this one, as I said, no age statement, bottled at a nice 50% ABV. And maybe a little bit expensive. Costing around 53 euros here in Belgium. So expect to pay a little bit less maybe in other countries. So color-wise, nice light golden color. I do like the color of it. So yesterday I also did the review of the 18-year-old Arran, the old style bottle. Loved it. So new one, Marsala Cask. Let's see. On the nose. Cheers. Now, as of most of the Arrans, well, I can say all of the Arrans, I do like the nose of it. It's really always quite complex. It's got a nice sweetness to it. It is a lot of fruity flavors that comes out. And this one is definitely not disappointing. Now, I always, when I see something with a different cask finish, especially the wines, I'm always intrigued to see if I can find a wine note. Now, on this one, I'm not sure. I've never had a Marsala wine, so I'm not sure what to expect. But as it is now, I do not get a wine type of nose to it. So it's definitely sweet. I expected to find quite a lot of alcohol on the nose, surprisingly, even agitating a little bit. I don't get a lot of alcohol. I just get a lovely sweetness, a little bit of a fruity notes, something like the apples, red apple. I get a lot of a pear note coming out. Actually, we just made some dehydrated orange slices, and it reminds me quite a lot like this dehydrated orange slices with a little bit of a dusty note to it. So yeah, definitely dried orange slices. I do get the vanillas coming out, some caramels, and that little bit of a dusty note in the back. So it is not overly sweet. I would expect it to be quite sweeter. Marsala Cask fortified wine. But there is a sweetness to it. And a little bit of a dark honey also coming out. So very Arran nose to it. Inviting, pleasant sweetness to it, but not overly sweet. So on the taste, cheers. Wow, that is quite nice. I expected the alcohol to be a bit too much. I took a very small sip so that I don't destroy the palate, but it is surprisingly comfortable for me, surprisingly a dangerous one. But I'm definitely going to have to add a little bit of water in the end. I think it will open up beautiful with some water added. So the alcohol is definitely there. Um, it's sweet, but not as sweet, I think, as the 18-year-old. And definitely the oak is there. The oak tannins on the first sip already showed its head. Still don't get any wine. I don't know exactly what I was expecting, but if somebody said it was a wine cask, I don't get anything like that. Let me just give it another try. Now I get the alcohol. So I get that warm feeling of the alcohol. It kind of disappears in the mouth quite fast, leaving with a sweetness and a little bit of an oak tannin coming in. And the oak is a little bit building up and giving me more of the oaky tannins and a little bit of a sour note that also appears. A little bit of a dry mouthfeel. So it does tend to suck the moisture out of your mouth. I get a hint of a burnt toffee. Now in the third sip, I do get a little bit more of the oaky tannins. So there is a little bit of a bitter note. I think this is something going to be great for people that don't like it too sweet and maybe also like the oaky tannins. I think this one is for you. I know a couple of my subscribers already indicated that they don't like the overly sweet ones. I think this one is definitely for you. So on the finish, you get the alcohol, you get the sweetness of it. Then it goes into a little bit of a bitter note coming out. The alcohol feels for me a little bit on the young side. So it is a no age statement, so it might be just in the head, but it feels a little bit strong for me. And the oakiness then lingers at the back. So I'm going to add a little bit of water. And I'm not going to add a lot, maybe a teaspoon of water. So I added about a teaspoon of water. The first thing that I do pick up when I added the water is the Scottish mist appearing. So you see it becoming cloudy. Not a lot of mist forming, but I think if we give it a little bit of time, it definitely starts misting up. That we expect chill filter. Give it a little bit of a shaky. So if I add a little bit of water on the nose, absolutely fantastic. So with the water added, I get I think quite similar to the 18-year-old. Is that it changed a little bit from the toffees and the sweetness. It changed a little bit to the citrus notes coming out. Fruity flavors, more fruity flavors coming out, and a little bit more sweetness coming out. So I also get a hint of a pineapple, dried orange peel. The red apples feels a little bit now for me something like a green apple note. Maybe something like a green toffee apple. Ooh, brings back memories of green toffee apples. And I think it's a little bit more pleasant for me on the nose. I do like the fruity nose on whiskey. So with water, cheers. So the alcohol sting is no longer there. That hotness of the alcohol gone. A little bit more sweetness, definitely. A little bit of a caramel note coming out. A little bit of a apple cider note as well. And a hint of a sour note at the back. The dry mouthfeel, not so much when you add the water. The oak also for me. The oak is also toned down. And I think a teaspoon of water was just perfect for me. Absolutely fantastic. It's quite balanced now between the sweetness and the oakiness and a little bit of a fruity flavors coming out. And I'll get a little bit of a toffee note or maybe going even into a little bit of a butterscotch note. Really fantastic. So this is quite an interesting one for me. So before the water, I did like it, especially on the nose. On the taste, it was a little bit too oaky for me. But as soon as I added water, it balanced out. So on the nose, it was nice. On the taste, it was nice. Definitely something that I would buy in the future again. So on the finish wise, finish with water, I think it's a little bit better for me. So you have the sweet, you have the green toffee apple, then you go into a little bit of an oak, and then the oak disappears a little bit and it's just leaving you with a sweet toffee note in the end. Still not getting the wine in it, but I think because I don't know what it really should taste like, so I think that is my problem or the reason that I'm not getting it. So score-wise, I think I'm going to give this one a 86 out of 100. Definitely something that I would recommend. If you can find it, that is the old bottle. See if you can find it and give me your thoughts on it. So my final thoughts. It is something that I do like. I had a little bit of a mixed feeling with regards to it in the beginning. But as soon as I added water, all those mixed feelings went away, and I realized you just need to drink it the way that you would like it. It is well priced, 50%, well, maybe expensive, but when you realize it does come in a 50% ABV, it does tend to justify the price. That is me on the Arran Marsala Cask finish. Leave a comment. Remember to subscribe to my channel to get all the notifications. And I see you next time. Cheers.